Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Season 6, Episode 13. If you don't know me, if you're discovering me with this video, you can discover right now all of my reaction videos for My Hero Academia on a playlist that I made on my channel, you know, and you can find all of my reaction videos into the chronological order for all of the seasons with the OVAs, with the movies. Like if you want to rediscover My Hero Academia with me, you can. Now, on my Patreon, I made playlists, also collections for you guys, like if you want to do the same, but on my Patreon to have longer or full reaction part, it's gonna be on my Patreon. And from now on, for all of the rest of My Hero Academia, for all of my next reaction videos of My Hero Academia, on my Patreon, it's gonna be only full reaction part. From now on my Patreon, if you're subscribing to it, if you're interested by My Hero Academia, you have to subscribe to the level 3 and you're gonna have only 4 reaction parts in full opacity with 4 episodes of advance. It's really a lot. Like, that's it. It's like that right now on my Patreon. Maybe you can be interested, maybe you can be interested to support this girl, to encourage me to continue my videos. Right now, I'm organizing also a crowdfunding. It's not something that I usually do. It's really something exceptional. I don't know how to say it in another way. Like, I'm forced, you know, to begin a second activity, and to begin it properly, I need a little of your help, and that's why I'm organizing that crowdfunding. It's really not something that I do, you know, like with a big smile and really like that. No. I'm feeling a little ashamed of it, but you know, I have to be realistic, so that's why I opened that crowdfunding. So on the description, you can have the link to my Patreon. Like if you want something in exchange for your support, you have my Patreon. You can subscribe for 1 month, you can subscribe for 1 year, and you're gonna have 1 month offered if you're doing stuff like that, you know. And also you have the link to my tip page that I use, you know, for the crowdfunding for this month, and I'm giving you updates, you know, through posts on Twitter, on Patreon and on YouTube about how much it's progressing, and it's just for the month, you know. That's that crowdfunding that I organize, so if you're interested, can be appreciated. Okay, that being said, guys, let's go now with My Hero Academia, and normally we're okay now. Like really, I have the impression that this fight is never gonna end. I thought, you know, at some point that maybe we could run away. After that, that Shigaraki was gonna run away because the master, instead of him, understood that his body was not strong enough, so he had to run away. And in fact, no, it continued. So now I'm really like, where are we standing with that? This fight, like that's it. That's the middle of the season. We spent half of a season on it. So are they going to continue longer than that with the second half of the season? I really don't know how this season is built, you know. I'm really going blindly into it, you know it. I didn't read the manga, so I don't know how this anime is going to be built. We'll see. I mean, I'm going to see that. I'm just glad, you know, for what we learned, discovered during the previous episode with the fact that Mirio, yes, he's quirk back, and really I felt so relieved, no, first surprised and shocked, and then so relieved about it, because you saw how much it hurt me to have him without his quirk. Like really for me, their quirk right there into this universe, it's a little like the demon into that universe, you know, of His Dark Materials. It's really a part of them, it's really not defining them, but really, like, it's really a part of them, their art, their soul. So to take that from them, like to take that from Mirio, all of the life that he imagined, all of the future that he wanted, it's totally erased. And more than that, you touch to who he is deep inside, you touch to something that he had, you know, a particularity. It's more than I was gonna say cutting a leg, and for sure it made me think of Aizawa. It's more than cutting a member, you know, of your body. It's cutting something which is inside you, which is making you in a way like. It truly hurt me when it happened, so I'm so glad that he had it back. I'm so proud of Eri, the fact that this little girl, she can do it now. And I said it also, the fact that Aizawa took the decision of cutting his leg to not lose his quirk. It was not like, I don't want to lose my quirk forever, for sure during this moment, but also forever, I'm not sure that I'm gonna have it back. Like, he knew, Aizawa knew that, okay, right there, maybe his quirk would be erased, but he would have had it back really quick. He knew it. But he knew that his quirk was so important during that particular moment that he preferred to cut his leg knowing that this one he could never have it back and to not lose his quirk during that particular moment. The sacrifice that Aizawa made is even more important, you know, now that we know that. It's insane, in fact, the sacrifice that he made. It's truly insane. For sure I want news about him and all of the ones who got hurt, like Gran Torino. Gran Torino is not dead, I know it now, but he's badly hurt also, like a lot of them, and I'm afraid of maybe a few of them dying, you know, with delay. Dying after because of the fact that they are so hurt and no one can help them. It's a possibility also, so we'll see how it's gonna be for them. And I don't know if I'm gonna see that right now or not, because I don't know if this fight can end quick. For me, really, Makia, get out, run away with your friends like inside of your hand, that's it. But at the same time, that's it. It worked on Makia, what we did, you know, what Momo did with all of our guys, it finally worked. But for how long? That's another question. I'm not sure that Makia is gonna be like that for a long time. Like, it took so long for that drug, you know, to function on him. So for sure it's not gonna last for a long time for it to function. So I'm stressed also about that. For when he's gonna wake up, the decision that he's gonna take, and I'm really like that, take the decision to run away, to protect your master. Please. And we had all of that thing with Dabi, who is in fact a member of the Todoroki's family, and that was such a shock to discover that. It's still really shocking me. I'm still wondering about the impact that it's gonna have on our Todoroki, on Shoto, because how we reacted during that moment, it was more something instinctive, like, okay, you still want to fight and to fight us, I'm gonna protect myself, so I'm gonna fight you. But what can it mean deeply for him? And the fact that Dabi did all of that because of how Andover treated his kids. Shoto is really the first who knows about it, like who suffered it. Not the first, but he suffered it also, so he can understand Dabi's feelings on that. And Andover for sure, the impact that it's gonna have on him. We'll see about it. And I'm gonna see that right now. Let's go for this episode. Like I said, remember that if you want, you have my Patreon on which you can have this episode earlier. We have 4 episodes of advance on my Patreon, and from now on my Patreon you're gonna have only 4 reaction parts for animes, and for that you have to subscribe to the level 3. If you can be interested by that, if you want to support this girl, and think about it, if you're subscribing for the entire year, you have 1 month offered, and no matter what, if you're new with Patreon, if you're subscribing, you know, for the month, you have all of the videos posted during the month, and all of the videos that I posted before that. Think about it. Let's go for this episode!
こんな生活いつまで続けるんだ。8歳会と協力してたら今頃寿司でも食ってたかな。冗談だ。ガラクタばかりだな。これかいつけます。いいじゃんか。なんだ。全員お揃いかよ。律儀に仲間集めに勤しんでんの。
Oh, now that we know about him.
ゴミしかいねえんだ。何の志もなくただ生きてるだけのゴミが多くてさ。ああ。 俺たち一体どこに向かってるんだ。俺はステインに触発されてここにいる。トカゲ野郎と蔑まで育ってきた。それが当たり前だと思っていた。俺の心にはずっと何もなかった。夕方の報道番組でステインの最後の
Yes, we know that you truly believe into what you're doing. It's a question of ideas, of really what you think, what you desire.
空っぽのコスプレ野郎じゃねえか。そうだ、俺はすっかり考えろぜ。
No, on the contrary, he has something inside.
どれ結果がぶち上げられると思ってた。俺たちはどこに向かってるんだ。主義も主張もバラバラで、それでもまあ、なんていうか、俺、ミランペンコ好きだったぜ。ボスが鍵だ。その間、ボスは
You're gonna sacrifice yourself?
俺の夢、血の使命、掲げる自由。
My duty to my bloodline? Already during the next episode, he talked about, I'm not the only one with the bloodline, an interesting one, so what is going on with you?
自らの個性で体を削るとは。しかし、その怪我は致命傷だ。
On your eyes?
縛られてもあらかじめ手を置いとけば。
Okay.
ハリマ王子、希代の盗人、昔々の犯罪者、私服を肥やすヒーローもどきを標的に盗みを働いた。盗んだ金品を市政にばらまき。
Like Robin Hood?
うちの家系はな、不正を暴こうとする正義をちがめられているんだ。
You didn't follow exactly his ideas. Thing changer at some point. ちょっと
事情が変わった。あんたのなせなかった世直しは俺のボスに任せるよ。
You think that Shigaraki is gonna do it?
俺はハリマ王子の孫の孫、盗賊王の血を継ぐ男をここぞという時、そのために
Your face?
種が取っとくもんなのよ。これ以上やらせないで。ミスターコンプレス、一世一代脱出ショーの開演だ。
Escape show? Like really like a magician? They're all gonna disappear? From the inside, from the inside. Yes, yes, yes. Oh no, it was not enough. I really thought that he would survive, that it was a good thing to do. Oh no.
起きるんだ。気を失ってた。いつの間に。
Oh, your
旅のデックに押されて落ちて、轟くんは。よかった。生きてる。まただ。頭を刺すような感覚。オールマイトのシールにあった。4代目の個性。
Ah!
かもし。まだ習得訓練にも入っていない個性。
So cool!
負荷がでかい。
You have that feeling, but you don't know how to handle it that bad.
ミスター。俺の血肉ぶちまけるくらいの力はくれよ。
No.
ロンゲはマフラーに忍ばせた。俺は協力者。舞台で言えば脇役だ。主役はお前ら二人だ。
It's your fault to think about yourself like that.
みんなを身につけると不思議なんだ。ムカムカして吐きそうな。心がどこか落ち着くんだ。
He needs his hands back on him. Oh fuck, it worked. Milia?
頭が痛い。まさか。
Deal with it before losing consciousness again.
トムラは本当にいい仲間
it's not Shigaraki back, it's the master.
気持ちが溢れて止まらなくなるんだ抑えられないんだならば頑張ろう頑張ろうなトムラ
But you know right now that his body is not ready. Oh, they're all listening.
生きたぞ敵と同じ
They're obeying.
先を目指している
Uh-huh.
魔をうまく扱えば脳たちに具体的な信号を送ることも可能
Can you decide to escape that it's the end of the fight?
最後まで若き諦めるな
Oh guys.
おいこれからどうすんだ
Retreat.
コンプレスは重傷だ眠ってるマキアはどうするトラもこっちに向かってるはずだ
Today she's gonna understand the scene, but yes, Makia and the other guys.
見捨てるのか仲間をいいんだ井口君井口だってどこだトムラは負けたんだ
This battle, not the war, but this battle.
またワン・フォー・オールに肉体再生が追いつかないほど痛めつけられた、だから僕が助けに来た今はこの体を休める必要があるから
I would love to see the master right now in jail, you know, how it is for him. Is he talking really, or is he...
全ては僕のために大口の向かう場所に連合が集まってる誰もいるはずだ絶対に逃がすな
Guys. You know that you're trying to stop the majority of news, of villains.
逃がさない10日の個性か
Video? Shoto, oh, all of you guys, be careful. Deku is gonna feel guilty because he couldn't help right there.
さあ行こうか
Please! Go! Use your last strength force right now. For sure it's impressive, but you want to do what with it? It's not enough. Yes. Useless! No. No. And for Deku again, it's so important to think something like that. He's like me, you know, he's giving second chance to people. You saw that he felt it. He felt the master during that moment, you saw it. That's what you felt? Okay, it's the end of the fight! Yes! You have Makia. Hurt! Badly hurt but alive! Badly hurt but alive! Emilio, I swear. Shoto! Oh, this fight? It was just the first one, you know, of that war really between Shigaraki and our guys. No, it's a preview, it's a black preview. I'm not gonna watch it, you know that I hate spoilers, but the fact that it's a black preview, then now I'm really like, okay, that is the end of the first half of the season, not the previous episode like I thought, but this one. Like that's it, end of the fight. We had really this fight lasting for an half of the season. And that's it, okay. And that's it, I took my pillow, like I needed comfort, I needed to something to pass my nerves on, something to... that was rough. So many of them are hurt, badly hurt but alive. But like I said, maybe a few of them are too hurt to survive after that. I'm a little stressed about that. And I'm a little stressed that into that category we're gonna find some really of the characters that I love so much. Yes, I'm thinking about Gran Torino, but also some of them like right there, no, not Bakugo. Bakugo is not gonna die with that. But we saw other ones on the floor like that. Midnight, for example, I'm thinking of her, and a lot of them I'm stressed about it. You know, to have the news at the beginning of the next episode, ellipse between this fight and our guys coming back to school, and they are talking about people who died, and just like that, you know, middle of the conversation, we learned that a few of them died. First, let's talk about the first half of this episode with Compressed Guy and his memories of the League of Villains. Like, it was really a mix of a lot of things. Memories of the League of Villains when they have no money, when they were trying, you know, to really be a group, not only financially, they were searching for money, and that was also their first things together, like their first actions, attacking that clan to steal from them, trying to organize themselves, and also understanding that they are not there for the same reason, want for ambition, want for revenge, now that we know for Dabi, want for really ideas, values that he shares with Stein, like all of that mix, and these memories were great. I thought that we had then really the background of Stein, the fact that he really discovered Stein. We had really the background of Spinner, the fact that he saw Stein on television and he talked to him, and that's why he decided to join the League. And we had something also about Compressed Guy, the fact that his bloodline is important. That was what he mentioned earlier. He's the son of, I can't remember his name, but clearly Robin Hood, like someone who was stealing to give to poor people, was trying to fight for a fair world and all. I'm not sure that you truly understood what your father did, because it's clearly not what you're doing right now, Compressed Guy. So I'm wondering, you know, when you switched with the villains, with really destroying, killing people, all of that. Oh. We discovered your face, we discovered the fact that you were ready to sacrifice yourself for everyone else to survive of your group, that you considered yourself really as someone not important, not necessary, and you know it that Dabi, Spinner, Shigaraki are more important than you. It's awful to think that about yourself, you know, the fact that he's considering himself like that. But for sure, it's something cool to be ready to sacrifice yourself like that. Even if it's a villain sacrificing himself for the villains, still you have to consider how he's thinking and what he's doing for his group by loyalty to his group and all. It's cool, in fact. Like, for him, it would be a good death if truly he died during that moment. Spinner, who understood how to wake up Shigaraki, and in fact he woke up the master. They all saw it, heard it, that it was the master talking right there inside of Shigaraki. No moves following, villains escaping right there. The fact that Deku wanted to intervene no matter what. No, first, the fact that Deku discovered one of the quirks that he has during that moment, that feeling of danger coming, that's so great, that's so cool, and it's gonna be so important in the future, so useful into the future for him to have that feeling, that quirk, warning him about danger coming. But right there, it was making him unconscious, so that was a little bad. And yes, when the villains were trying to escape, the fact that Deku wanted to fight, to go back into the fight no matter what, I was really like, no, what can you do right there? Like, even if you're finding the strength to go after them, it's already gonna be your last strength that you're gonna use just to join them in front of Shigaraki, or maybe more in front of the master right there. You can't do anything, don't do it. Like, I knew that it couldn't work, and it didn't work. What Deku thought, you know, during that moment about Shigaraki, the fact that he can never forgive him about all of what he did, I can totally get it, you know, and it's so important for Deku to think that, to have that reflection, you know, that thought, because Deku is someone like me. Deku is someone who is giving a second chance to people, and right there he's really saying, I'm never gonna give you a second chance. Like, even if at some point you're deciding to change, you're doing stuff to change and all of that, you have a reveal, you want to switch and all, I can never forgive you for what you did before. Like, you're never gonna have the forgiveness, and I'm always gonna fight you, continue to fight you. I'm never gonna give up on that fight against you. I'm sorry, my stomach, you know, is making a lot of noise. So that's really important for Deku to think that, to admit that, because it means also that at the end he's gonna continue to fight no matter what against Shigaraki, but at the same time he saw that the master was taking control of Shigaraki, that Shigaraki was against it, and for Deku it's more than that. He had the impression that Shigaraki wanted to be rescued, and that's really, maybe in fact, what can reverse the thing that I just said. Like, Deku saying, I'm never gonna forgive you, it's Deku admitting that he's never gonna give a second chance to Shigaraki, he's always gonna fight him. There is no turning back point, you know, for Shigaraki. But him saying, I saw you, you wanted to be rescued, it's in fact letting a door open to, maybe I can save you, maybe you're like the master, I'm never gonna forgive you, but maybe Shigaraki, I can understand you, I can see you, something is possible? I'm wondering about that. If really it can be an option for Deku to let that door open for him. For sure he's gonna be arrested, in jail, punished and all. But you know, that's the difference. Are you gonna accept to arrest him? Are you gonna feel like you're forced to kill him? These thoughts, you know, really that Deku had right there, I think that they can be really the base, you know, the beginning of the explanation of how all of that story is gonna end, what Deku is gonna do in front of Shigaraki, killing him, arresting him. It's really interesting, really. I'm interested to see how Deku is gonna evolve with these two thoughts, you know. I can never forgive you, I'm always gonna fight you, but at the same time I saw that you wanted to be rescued. At the end, to see all of them hurt on the floor and all, like I said, now I'm stressed about next episode and what I'm gonna learn during the next episode, that I'm gonna watch today, you know. And that's gonna be really about the consequences of this fight. Who died at the end, who is badly hurt and is gonna suffer the consequences of it for a long time, maybe for life. Also, all of what was destroyed right there, you know, this town and all, and the citizens, the public, how they saw it, they understood it, and others informations which were revealed, how they took it also. Like, we're gonna have to see all of the consequences of this fight, and it's not gonna be that easy, because right there, heroes, they fought but they didn't win. Shigaraki, the main villain, you know, is back, is bigger, is stronger, is destroying everything, and managed to escape, when Andover, the top hero, didn't manage to arrest him, kill him. All of that was revealed about him, all of this bad stuff can be really bad, the consequences of this fight. We'll see, and I'm gonna see that a little later, you know, Today, for you, it's gonna be into the next video. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can already have my reactions and my thoughts about the next episode and the 3 others, like really the 4 next episodes, with only 4 reaction parts. From now on my Patreon for animes, it's only 4 reaction parts, it's with the level 3. If you can be interested by that, if you want to support me to help this girl to continue her channel, you can come on my Patreon and have already my reaction and my thoughts to the 4 next episodes. Okay, it's all for you for this video and it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.